Hello DevOps friends, welcome to Full Stack Live, my live coding channel. I'm Johan the Monospace Mentor. It's Tuesday again, which means a new week has started and it's time to get some work done. And today I'm going to do some work on the server room, which is going to be our DevOps community platform for people who want to seriously boost their skills, their careers, people who want to join a safe and friendly community that is actually focused on getting ahead with their DevOps skills and things like that. It's up. Welcome to the Stack. Good to have you. Hope you're doing great, and happy to have you here. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, let's get started slowly. I just had to take a nap because I was utterly tired. Didn't sleep too well last night and was pretty tired. I thought, yeah, let's lay on the bed and read a little bit. And a few minutes later, I woke up from my own snoring. And so I decided to take a 20-minute nap so I don't... so I have a little bit of energy for this stream, right? Can't have me falling asleep on the microphone here. Other than that, I'm doing great. I'm very excited about launching the server room because, yeah, it's been a long time in the making, and I've already put a lot of work into this community platform. And I'm really excited to get it started. Non-codes, welcome to the Stack. Good to have you too. Everyone, come on in, take a seat, grab a drink, enjoy. Speaking of grab a drink, I need to have a sip of water. I had a coffee earlier and I hope the caffeine will be kicking in soon. And so I'll be having water for the time being. Okay. Now, where are we? So if you're interested in what the server room is actually, let me introduce you to the concept. So here we are, and let me make my browser full screen for you. If you go to monospacementor.com and to the community page, you'll get an introduction. So the thing is that I want to do, I'd like to build a DevOps learning community where people are productive, where people can really feel they're making progress, where people can feel safe. So it's going to be a membership community. And building a safe space where people get to know each other is one of the aspects why I made it a membership community to which you have to sign up, and it's going to be it's also going to have a membership fee, as I'll show you in a second. But the thing is, the main reason why I'm making this a membership community is that I'd like to do a lot of things with people, and so it's not just like a Discord server or a forum that you throw up and then invite people in, and people are coming and going, and there is no continuity, and also not much of a community management. With some communities, you even have to be lucky if there is a moderation at all. I'd like it to be quite the opposite. I'd like it to be a close-knit community where people can work together, where people get to know each other and do stuff together that gets everyone ahead. And so that's another reason why it's going to be a membership community. Not only will there be the community platform, which for many communities is the only thing that there is. I'm going to do a lot of events there as well, with office hours like I do on Fridays here on stream, where people can simply join a call and ask questions, and we'll answer them together. Then we'll do Hangouts, and if you want to get a taste about how Hangouts are with the Monospace community, join us tonight on our Discord server at 8 p.m. Irish time. There will be another Hangout. We usually have our Hangouts every second Tuesday of the month. But since many people couldn't come 2 weeks ago, or was it last week, actually? I think it was last week, right? I scheduled another one for tonight, and if you'd like to drop by, simply join the Discord and drop by in the Hangouts channel later at 8 p.m. Irish time, or that is 6 p.m. UTC now that we've switched to daylight savings time. Another event that's going to happen on the community is going to be deep dives, where I simply take a topic where I have something to share, and we'll go deep on that topic. One of the things that I'd like to do in these deep dives is, for example, dive into my NeoVim configuration, how I work with NeoVim, which plugins I choose to use, and things like that. And people who join the call can ask questions, we can do a few demonstrations, things like that. Still another event are the hot seats, where someone who has, say, you struggle with something, you can't really come up with, say, the database schema for a new application, or you struggle to get something working, and you've tried all the things and scoured Google and Stack Overflow and still can't make it work. That's where these hot seats are quite good, because you can then, as a member of the server room, volunteer to do a hot seat, to get on the hot seat, where I will simply interview you about the issue you're having or the struggle you're having. You can tell everyone about it who's on the call, and then we'll try and address the issue and basically apply the wisdom of our crowd to the problem, hoping that will get you unstuck. Genome Coder, hey, what you doing? I'm just introducing the server room, because that's the community that I'm going to launch this week. There are still a few things that I need to prepare for it, but you can actually already sign up for it. If you'd like to be among the founders of the community, you can already sign up if you like to. And yeah, you can either go to monospacementor.com and click the community link at the top, or you can simply go to theserverroom.sh, and that will bring you there as well. One of the main things that will take place in the server room as well are workshops. What I'd like to do is to get a group of people who tackle a specific project with me. I'll prepare documentation, basically a tutorial about something that we're going to build, and then we'll go through and build that. And I'll supply the necessary resources. I'll set up cloud instances for everyone, for example, where people can work with me towards a specific project goal. For example, what I have in mind is one of the projects is going to be setting up a Mastodon instance. Regardless if you're interested in running one or not, it's definitely a great example of how to set up a Rails-based application with background job runners and database instances and things like that. Load balancing with multiple web application servers and things like that. What I'd also love to do is get more into the topic of the indie web. Because, let's be honest, depending on platforms like Twitch, like Discord, all these big tech platforms, that's a pretty tenuous thing. You are basically at the risk that any day your platform provider will make a pivot or have an idea or introduce some AI bullshit and spoil the whole thing. And that's why I've become quite the proponent of self-hosting. Even though I run a managed hosting company myself and get paid for doing stuff, that's actually not that much of a contradiction, because I think if you are a small business, if you are a creator, if you are someone like an artist, for example, and you'd like to get your stuff out on the internet, either you should be able to do that yourself without relying on anyone's other, on some billionaire's platform, or you should at least have a small business at your fingertips, whom you trust and who can do the stuff for you. And so what I'm also going to do is workshops that will benefit either creators themselves or small businesses, people who'd like to offer services to artists, to video creators or something like that, where they learn how to set up Pixel Fed for hosting your own photos, or your own videos, maybe to run your own streaming platform. I mean, I still have my own streaming instance running next to Twitch and YouTube, where people can watch me as well without having any advertisements and things like that. I haven't maintained it much lately, I'll admit. I think it's still running at live.gbis.dev, isn't it? No? Oh no, it's live.obsitive.com. It's the old name before I rebranded to monospacementor.com. Yeah, live.obsitive.com, the streaming platform using Owncast, is still running. And so that could be one of the workshops that we do. How to set up Owncast, how to add the proxy in front of it and things like that. And then there's also going to be exclusive content that I create only for the server room community as well. So, as you can see, I'm going to put a lot of work into this platform and share a lot of things, hoping that people will benefit from it. And this is only going to be sustainable if there is some kind of income from that, and that's why it's going to be a membership community as well. Balthazar, thanks for the subscription. That's so generous of you. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. And welcome to the Stack today. Happy Tuesday. All right, so so that's my vision for the server room, where I'd like us to get together and learn together. And there are multiple tiers at which you can subscribe to this membership. There's a €5, a €10, and a €25 tier. And the page over at theserverroom.sh will tell you all about these tiers and the differences between them. And I'm very excited to launch this, and I'm looking forward to working with everyone who's joining. So that's that. Now let me think what I still need to do to get this ready for launch. Basically, the whole technology is in place. We have a forum platform that is based on Discourse, the Ruby on Rails based forum software. And Discourse is connected to my website, where the membership management is going to happen. So as soon as you sign up on my website, you already have access to the community platform automatically. And you'll find the appropriate channels or categories over there, depending on your membership level. So that is already in place, and I already beta tested that with a few founding members. So that works. What I'd also like to do is, of course, write a blog post summarizing basically what I just told you, why there is a new community, what I have in mind for it, the technology is based on, and things like that. So that's definitely something that I'm going to do today. I'm going to write this blog post. And other than that, then there's going to be the work to get all the events going that I was talking about, and set up a few processes where I keep people in the loop about what's going to happen. So that's something, I think that's going to be what I'm going to start with today. Simply write a few texts about the different events and how to join them, and how to get your own hot seat session and things like that. So that's definitely also necessary, so people can get basically hit the ground running when they join the platform. Bethesda is just getting started for the day. I would upload you a coffee if that was at all possible. I hope you're having a great start to your day, Bethesda. Now, let's see. How are we going to play this? I think what I'm going to do is I'll open my Obsidian folder and I'll share the screen in a second. Actually, you can actually already share that. So let's use this. So here we are in my Obsidian folder. Let's do this, and let me see, Monospace Mentor, Community, and let's create a new note. Let's call it Event Descriptions. Jim plays over on YouTube. Afternoon. Also coding DevOps stuff at the moment. Writing Terraform and Node.js, which will keep chatbot lambdas warm in AWS, prevent latency in the bot responses. That's a great way to deal with that, actually. So are you having, are you going to use Node.js to ping those chatbot lambdas regularly, just to keep them from going asleep? Welcome to the Stack, by the way, Jim Plays. Good to have you. And there's Praxeus. Not found in the sudos file. This incident will be reported. Dude, that is not okay. And there's Moo. Hello, Marcus. Happy Tuesday to you too. All right, so let's get started with this. We'll call it event descriptions, and maybe let's start with hot seats, okay? So the hot seats, I mean, let's be honest, Praxeus, as if you weren't already on the naughty list, huh? Jim says, send a payload saying warm up so the lambdas don't try and fully run. Oh, that's clever. So it's basically like a health check, but a keep alive endpoint where you can actually keep your lambdas running without them shutting down. That's a great idea, yeah. Moo getting lost in NixOS. Okay, that's exciting. Setting up fun things. That sounds great. Can't wait to hear about the results. And Praxeus doing Podman, the open source alternative to Docker. I'm running Podman on my Fedora Silverblue workstation here as well. And so far it's been really fun. Podman in the mix as well. That's awesome. Uh-oh. Praxeus getting into trouble. All right, hot seats. How am I going to explain this? Member hot seats are sessions in which a volunteer member of the server room, not the severed room, server room.
It's a Unix system. I know this.
Kixian, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stack. In which a volunteer member of a server room presents an issue. I can't write today. An issue with which they've been struggling and for which they'd like to get feedback. I'd say support, right? Support from the community. Look at that. First spending the whole day with NixOS and playing around with hipster Linux stuff and then going to a birthday coffee. Unbelievable. Kixin says, cheers all, love that proper DevOps practices are becoming mainstream. Are they mainstream yet? Hopefully. But yeah, good to see them getting more and more popular, at least. And yes, I can relate. Sometimes work is really sensitive, depending on what you're doing. I try to do as much of my daily work here on stream as I can, but of course, yeah, some things are either not possible because of their sensitivity, or they'd be pretty boring because I'd have to blank the screen so many times that people wouldn't be able to take anything away from it in the first place. So yeah, I can definitely relate, and that's why I mostly pick stuff that is not as sensitive and that I can actually share. And all too often I don't get to the sensitive stuff anyway because I get stuck with something and spend the rest of my live stream troubleshooting or things like that. But that's part of the game, isn't it? And this is all about learning here at Monospace Mentor Industries. And so I'm not embarrassed if I get stuck because that's just reality. Now, for which they'd like to get support from the community. That's yeah, let's start every description with a one sentence description. And then we'll do a header, how it works. If you'd like to take advantage, take advantage sounds a little bit negative. What's a good synonym for take advantage? To benefit from, if you'd like to benefit from community feedback, engage in. Yeah, that's much more neutral and positive. If you'd like to benefit from community feedback on a specific topic, you know what? Okay, specific topic. Get in touch with me. We'll work out a time in the near future at which I'll schedule a community, or just a hot seat session for you. At the start of the event, I'll I'll introduce you. You'll then have a few minutes to share a few details about yourself, and most importantly, Zone 12, welcome to the stack. Good to have you. How's life? I'm preparing the launch of my new community platform, and if you like, take a look at theserverroom.sh. At the moment, I'm in the process of writing a few introductions, basically the community documentation that tells people who join the server room what they can do and how they can partake in the various events that we're going to schedule for the community there. BitSpectre says cactus. I'm not sure if I'd like to discuss that because yeah, it's a rather thorny issue. So, and most importantly, your topic that you'd like to share for discussion. I'll invite, or once everyone is familiar with the topic of the session, I'll offer my own feedback and invite the other participants to chime in as well. From here, I'll
It's a Unix system. I know this.
Thanks for the follow, Zone 11. Good to have you. Balthazar does Kubernetes at home. Recently, I had a little bit of spare time last week, and so I did a little bit of investigation how I'd like my hosting business to make more, get more out of Docker and co. And since I'm experimenting with Portainer, I thought, well, the next thing after running isolated Docker containers or Docker Compose like stacks on a single machine, if I want to basically scale out, the next step would be Docker Swarm. And I actually read quite a bit about Docker Swarm, made myself familiar with it, and I think I'm going to pick up Docker Swarm at least as a first experiment to see how that then works with scaling out and, say, running websites on multiple machines at the same time. So just as you left or stopped using Docker Swarm, I might actually experiment with it, even though, as Kixian just proves, it's not very popular. And I had my reservations as well, and it's probably just going to be a temporary thing, but I think I'll do a few experiments. We'll see. And Kixian also asks, What is that strange accent? That is really weird. Yes, it is weird because I'm German. I've been living in Ireland for more than 10 years now. And so my accent is quite the strange mix of German and Irish, I guess. Irish English, at least. I don't speak Irish myself. My kids do, though. And Kixian says, don't like it from an enterprise standpoint. Support is not worth the cost. Yeah, I'm not going to use enterprise services from Docker Inc. It's just basically an in-between stage between running Docker stuff on single hosts and then basically probably ending up using either Kubernetes, or our use case could also be covered quite well by Nomad. So we'll see how that works. Step by step. Mirantis is only supporting Swarm on the Enterprise to move people off it to Kubernetes. Wait, how does Mirantis come into the picture here? Does Mirantis own Docker Inc? They own Swarm. Swarm specifically. Or the whole of Docker. I did not know. But that's probably simply because Mirantis is so much in the enterprise space that it isn't really relevant for my use cases and my needs. So I haven't been following Mirantis a lot. I do know that they also bought one of the leading Drupal hosting companies and one of our competition, namely Amazy.io. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I can see that they more have a Kubernetes play and that they support Swarm so people don't get turned away and don't fail with using Docker. And yeah, and then to gently guide them towards their own Kubernetes services, I guess. Okay, so they do all the enterprise stuff, and Docker Inc. Are the ones who charge you for your workstation license if you are working at a bigger company. I see. Okay, that's how it works. Good to know. Thanks for that. TIL. Okay, let's continue writing here. From here, I'll focus on moderating the discussion towards, hopefully, a solution for your issue, or at least a bunch of suggestions that you can take and try on your own. Okay, so we have a short description for the event. We have basically a guide how this event works, and that's it. Yeah, that should do the trick. Let's go ahead to office hours. Description: during office hours, community members can join me on a video call and ask questions about Linux system administration, software engineering. No, let's keep it more generic. Software engineering. Ask questions about Linux system administration, software engineering, IT, career development, remote work, or any other topic they'd like to address. In turn, I'll do my best to answer each question and to provide an answer, possibly with accompanying material on the topic at hand. How it works. Each office hour will be... let's keep it active. I'll announce every office hour on the forum, in a forum post. Let's write it that in a forum post. Community members let's make it numbered again. Community members can signal their participation by checking the sign up box. With the time and Zoom URL of the video call. And we'll do the same with the hot seats as well. Yeah, I forgot that step, so that's step 2 actually. I'll announce the hot seat session in a forum post with the time and Zoom URL of the video call. Then 3 community members can signal their participation by checking the sign up box. And only then we'll go ahead and start the event. Praxis, thanks for stopping by. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. And don't forget tonight, community hangout on our Discord server. And that's another section that I need to describe here, right? Hangouts, but that's going to be later. And community members can signal the participation button. On the video call, signal the participation into checking the box. How do I phrase that? So, since I'll announce office hours in a forum post, that's a great opportunity for people to share their questions in advance, simply in a reply to that forum post. And that'll allow me not only to gauge how many questions there are going to be, but also if I need to investigate something in advance, it'll give me the opportunity to basically prepare for the questions. So, participants are encouraged to share their questions in advance as a reply to the announcement post. This allows me to prepare more thoroughly. On the video call, I'll share a Q&A board with pre-shared questions already filled in. Participants can add more questions live. I'll go through the questions on the board one by one. Providing I got the questions one by one and share my perspective on them. Yeah, that's how office hours basically work. Surian, welcome to the stack. Happy to have you. UI, UX application developer, software developer, tech influencer, and coder. You seem to be a pretty busy person. Good to have you. I'm preparing for the launch of my community platform. So if you're interested in that platform, you can find more details over on theserverroom.sh. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch the community during my live stream on Thursday, or at least after my live stream on Thursday, depending on how far I'll get with my preparations. It's definitely going to be this week. I've set myself this deadline. I said we'll launch in April, and I think I shouldn't tardy anymore and get things running. So yeah, we're going to launch the server room this week, and at the moment I'm just writing texts that describe the various features that we're going to do on the server room, events that you can see here to the right, where we're going to do hangouts, office hours, workshops, deep dives, hot seats, and many more. And I'd like to know. I'd like to have people know what we're going to do here exactly. So if you'd like to be among the very early birds, among the founders of the community, you can actually already sign up on the webpage. Everything is in place for people to sign up. It's just not yet officially launched, but everything basically is already in place and working. And I'll post these descriptions as soon as they're ready. So if you're eager to join, you can do so right now. Don't have to wait for Thursday. But of course, I'd like to do things the proper way and write another announcement post on the blog, for example, stuff like that. I already have announcement posts prepared for my Mastodon channel, so that's already in place, but just a few more steps to make it official. Okay, so I think that's it for office hours. Are you? That's amazing! That's... wow! Yeah, thank you! I mean, I'll be honest, launching something like that is always a two-edged sword. I'm very confident that we are going to build something really great together. But of course, there's always the question, will someone sign up? Will I be alone in my self-created void, calling hello into the darkness? Or will there be people who actually will help me in getting this thing off the ground? So the first few members are always something very exciting, and yeah, I'll be very grateful for all the founding members who take basically this leap of faith to join the community and see what comes of it together with me. All right, so let's see. Hangouts. Hangouts are low-key community events. Chill low-key community events during which we'll simply meet on a video call to have casual conversations. And one of these community hangouts is going to happen tonight at 8 p.m. Irish time, which is 6 p.m. UTC, over on our Discord. If you're curious how these hangouts look like, then join us tonight. Have casual conversations. Simply bring I mean, it would be great if everyone brought a good mood. But sometimes life gets in the way, right? And I don't want to create toxic positivity. So I think I'll refrain from going that route. If someone is a little bit down and still joins the call, they're more than welcome, right? So how would you phrase that? Simply bring yourself and maybe a nice beverage, and let's have a chat. How it works.
It's a Unix system. I know this.
Dear Remy, thanks for following. I really appreciate it. I mean, having a guide on how a Hangout works is maybe a little bit overkill, but hey, I'm an IT person. I'm a greybeard sysadmin, so having all these descriptions use the same structure is something that's just close to my heart. And yeah, call me nerdy, but I'll apply this template to all these descriptions. How it works, again, the Hangouts are going to be on a fixed schedule. Hangouts usually happen on the second Tuesday of the month. Today's an exception. We did have the scheduled hangout last week, but because of various reasons, people weren't able to join, and so I decided to reschedule, and so there's going to be another hangout tonight. But usually it's on the second Tuesday of every month. And I'll announce the hangout in a forum post with the time and Zoom URL of the video call. In case you're wondering, why am I using Zoom and not, for example, Discord, even though I obviously have a Discord server set up already, I'd like to First of all, I'd like to be as independent from these bigger platforms as possible. So while we are using Discord for chat, I'd like to move most of the more substantial discussions over to the community platform, which is based on Discourse, the Ruby on Rails based forum software. And so I'd like to establish a service, or if we are going to depend on a specific service, I'd like to have as much control over it as possible. And I already have a Zoom account anyway for my courses. Zoom is still one of the leading and best functioning video platforms available. And they also have integrations with all kinds of services, which makes things a lot easier for me in terms of scheduling calls and things like that. And so I actually decided to get myself a Zoom account. And if I already have a Zoom account, I'll make use of it, right? And so we are going to use Zoom for the community calls as well. Zoom also has things like breakout rooms, for example, which might actually be very helpful when it comes to the community workshops, which we also have to describe in detail. Fuel Snabble, welcome to the Stack. Happy Tuesday. How's life? Bethesda says, Zoom works. Might be fun to try a Jitsi Meet too. Yeah, I am aware of Jitsi Meet. Actually, my father-in-law does weekly readings to his grandchildren using Jitsi. So my 11-year-old, oh god, what a faux pas. My 11-year-old still participates in these Jitsi calls. I'm not too convinced it'll have the reliability and the versatility to rival Zoom, though. Happy to look into alternatives, though. I'm not sold to Zoom in any way. It's just the best solution that I could find so far. On the call. I'll kick off the Hangout, and the rest is up to you. And by the way, tonight's Hangout will still happen on the Hangouts channel in Discord. We'll test Zoom as our Hangouts platform at the next opportunity. I know what you mean, I hear you. Zoom is very enterprisey, very big techy with all the downsides that come with it. I'll be honest, it's a compromise. At the moment, they basically swayed me in terms of quality, basically. If we can find a platform that can rival the quality and feature set of Zoom at a more open, more... or let's simply say with a less commercial approach, I'll be happy to test that out. And actually there seems to be an alternative. At my business, we've been using OpenTalk for a while now, which also works well unless it doesn't. So we did have issues where we wanted to set up a call and then the platform just wasn't available or something like that. And of course, if I prepare calls for a community, invite everyone, people actually reserve time to participate, and then we'll run into technical issues because the video call platform isn't available. That's quite the big deal for me. I mean, no one's gonna die because we can't have a hangout or something like that, but if, for example, if I prepare for an office hour, or if I prepare a workshop, which is going to be the most work for me in advance, then I'd like things to actually happen and not then fall flat because of technical reasons. Furosawa says it works well unless it doesn't. Sounds like Linux. No, sounds like you. Sounds like everything, I guess. This would be an opportunity for me to basically sell you on Fedora Silverblue again, because it's really great. I love Fedora Silverblue as a Linux distribution, especially the OS images that Universal Blue churns out. Shout out to Universal Blue. You're doing a great job over there. Just for example, just the other day I had an issue. So if you're not familiar with Fedora Silverblue, it's basically an atomic Linux distribution that you can't change on the fly. You run your package updates, but those happen in a sandbox. Like IBM Linux, no, it's Fedora Silverblue. It's basically Fedora workstation, but as an atomic Linux distribution, where, as I am just in the process of explaining, updates don't happen live on your operating system. They happen in kind of a sandbox, and only when you reboot your machine, these updates get enabled. And the nice thing is, each of your update or your operating system stages get preserved as their own sandbox. So if this update has some issue, you boot and you realize, oh, something's broken, then you can simply go back, reboot, choose the previous installation of your operating system or incarnation of your operating system, and boot into that again, and you'll be back with the working operating system that you've been enjoying for days. And that just happened to me because Fedora Silverblue has an issue at the moment with the v4l2 loopback kernel module, which is, for example, necessary to enable the virtual camera feature in OBS. So if you want to use OBS as a camera source, as a virtual webcam that you can, for example, use in Zoom, you need this Linux kernel module. And I'll continue once the ad break is over. I missed that the ad was coming up, so let's wait until everyone's back. In the meantime, I'll remind myself that we'll need to describe the community workshops. Yeah, that's going to be next. We are already done with Hangouts. Okay. And we're back. Okay. Thanks for bearing with me. Those ads, for example, make sure that people who are just joining the stream don't get pre-roll ads. So I guess it's a necessary evil. Yeah, so I was explaining how atomic Linux distributions work. Basically, the operating system installation works like a Git version control repository. And that goes so far that you can actually rebase other operating system images on the changes, or you can rebase your own local changes on an operating system image, actually. So why not show you what I mean? I mean, I have the terminal on screen anyway, so let me go over here to my shell and show you how my installation looks like at the moment. So let's make this full screen so it doesn't wrap lines. As you can see, there are 3 deployments at the moment. The one with the dot in front is the one that is active, so I'm in this middle image here. This image down here is the previous operating system state that I had before. And here's another one that's already newer than the one that I'm running. And that has a few security updates and a few more upgrades. And all of these have layered packages, which are packages that I've installed on top of what's already coming with the operating system image, which in my case is the Bluefin DX NVIDIA image provided by Universal Blue. Bluefin is a operating system distribution, a Fedora distribution that basically is kind of with a batteries included approach. It has basically everything that the common Linux user needs already installed. As you can see, I only had to install a few more things And even those might not be necessary anymore. There might be historical stuff in there that I actually don't need anymore. But stuff like Borgmatic, for example, to run my backups, that's something that I've installed on top of the operating system image. The cool thing is, if I want to try a different operating system image from Universal Blue, or if I want to switch back to vanilla Fedora Silverblue, I can actually rebase my operating system on top of that other image, and my layered packages will then still be available and again be installed on top of what the operating system already includes. And that is pretty cool. What's also pretty cool is that there's always a way back. And I'm actually not going to reboot into this new image yet, because I know that the v4l2 loopback module is broken at the moment for Fedora Silverblue. And so the virtual cam feature in OBS doesn't work, which I usually use during my courses and workshops. And so I can simply stick with my current version here and only then boot into the new image once I know that the issue, which is public on the Fedora Silverblue issue tracker, has been resolved. And yeah, so what happened was I booted into the new operating system version earlier, realized that vfl2 loopback doesn't work, and then I rebooted back into my previous operating system image, and that worked as I was used to. And so that's really great that these different updates are completely independent of each other and separate from each other. And I don't have automatic updates throw a wrench into my work. I can simply reboot into a known working operating system. Ideally, of course, things like broken kernel modules don't happen, and that means I just need to shut down my machine at night and power it on the next day, and the updates that had been installed before will be enabled automatically without me even noticing if they still work. And so that's a really frictionless way to run a Linux distribution. And what Fool Snobble said earlier before, it works well unless it doesn't sound like Linux. That still applies, but most of the time it actually works, and that's pretty amazing. And as someone who needs his Linux workstation for work, that's really valuable. Now, let's get back to our editor and describe community workshops. But first, let's hydrate. Maybe let me point you to Universal Blue so you can actually see what that's all about. That's at universal-blue.org. Cloud native Linux distribution deployments. Shout out to George Castro. Great work. Now, community workshops. What are community workshops? I think I can simply copy the description that I had here in our guided community. Yep, that's definitely a description that I can simply steal from myself. And now how it works. I'll announce every community workshop in a forum post with the time or times. and Zoom URL of the video call. In a reply to the announcement post, I'll publish the workshop guide. That will use to proceed through the project. At the start of each workshop call, I'll share the details of So what I mean to say here is there is going to be an extensive workshop guide that's basically a tutorial that guides people through the workshop. In theory, people would even be able to go through that workshop in a self-guided way without my guidance, but I'd like this to be a group project, so we might actually even split into different groups and work on the tutorial in separate groups. Because, yeah, it's a community workshop after all, and not just a self-guided course. Most of these workshops will probably require some kind of infrastructure. Yeah, and infrastructure is, I guess, the right word here. I'll share details on how to access the workshop infrastructure. For example, available cloud instances. Depending on the number of participants, not party pants, that's something completely different. Participants will there's a step in between, but will then split into smaller groups using Zoom breakout rooms. And yeah, in between, I'll introduce the goal of the workshop, together with with a few guidelines. The participants, then why do I keep writing participants? By the way, if you have any questions or if anything like that, don't hold back. Don't think you'll disrupt my thoughts or something like that. Pop into chat. Let's make this interactive. The participants work through the workshop guide. If there are any questions or issues, they can ask in chat. I'll also rotate, or if we have breakout groups, I'll rotate between them to keep track of everyone's progress. Does that make sense? Anything that I've left out should consider adding? Once we've reached the goal, oh, so you're not going to help? Yeah, that's fine. For example, yeah, it's we've, not we're. We've reached the goal of the workshop. We celebrate. What I'd also like to do is make recordings available. So after the office hour session, I'll post a recording on the appropriate category. It's of course in the appropriate forum category, and that's the same with hot seats as well. After the hot seat session, I'll post a recording in the appropriate forum category. Hangouts won't be recorded because they are just low-key and shooting the shit type of chats, and we don't need recordings of that. And community workshops are not really conducive to recordings either. I'll have to think about that. They could be helpful, of course, if they are basically a screencast of how to do things. But if I will switch between groups, having recordings of those groups is going to be at least impractical. So yeah, no recordings of community workshops for the time being. I think I'll rather create my own screencasts of these workshops, where I'm going through the guide myself and set things up, and maybe turn that into a self-guided course that I'll publish on the website. So yeah, we'll leave community workshops as is. I think that'll make people also more comfortable in trying things out and not having to fear they'll embarrass themselves on video. Or at least it won't be preserved. Okay, that's that. These are the most important... Nope, we are still missing the deep dives. Okay, let's go into that. That's not too complicated because basically what I've described here is basically what we need here as well. I could add a few more examples here and say example topics for deep dives. Let's add that, or let's say here are a few example topics for deep dives. And so how about my NeoVim configuration and workflow? Another deep dive could be what was the other thing that I was thinking about? How I manage tasks in Obsidian. Things like that. And let's add a few examples here as well. Here are a few examples for possible community workshops. Feel free to suggest others yourself. So what I'd like to start out with is build and run a static website using Jekyll and that was something that I wanted to try out, blanking on the name. Using Jekyll, Nginx, and it wasn't DevBox. We talked about DevBox last week on the live stream, but that's just I'm going to use DevBox as well, simply to make sure that people have a working development environment. That's always a huge challenge in online courses, how to get everyone to have a working workshop environment where you can be sure that everyone's able to follow without struggling with getting Docker set up or things like that. So that's what we are going to use. We are going to use DevBox. That seems to be really, really straightforward, thanks to Nix. But there's a self-hosting software that I just found the other day. Give me a second while I'm looking that up in my notes. I just don't want to reveal anything too sensitive here. Workshop ideas, was that? No. Lots of ideas in here, though. Oh yes, there are quite a few things, so... But that's not where I made this note. I hate when I don't remember where I wrote things down because I don't remember them. So it wasn't workshop ideas. Oh, wait. Did I write down community projects? No. Yeah, you're perfectly right, Full Snobble. If I just had written down where I did write things down. You know what? Maybe I did not write it down properly in the first place, and I just made a quick note on my phone. Let me see. Nope. Let's keep secret. Welcome to the stack, by the way. Thanks for the suggestion, Hugo. No, I mean, we could swap out Jekyll for Hugo as a static website generator. That would work too. Let me take a look at my GitHub stars, because that's where I oftentimes also make a mark, simply to remind myself what to use. It's not in there as well. Oh, I hate it. Okay, maybe it's in my notes inbox then. Because, yeah, if I make quick entries into my notes inbox, they just get a title of the time and day when I made them. So it's not easily apparent. Why do these look so dated too? That is annoying. Final possibility, it's still in Obsidian on my phone, where I wrote it down, but hasn't synced to all my instances yet. That's possible too. Because syncing Obsidian notes takes a minute, and if I don't do that regularly, stuff might end up stuck on my phone for a while. Let me see, it's syncing now. So what I'm looking for is basically a self-hosting application. It's a little bit similar to Portainer in that you can easily set up stuff on there using Docker containers, but it makes deployment even easier. And the only problem is that I don't remember the name. I'm so bad with remembering names. So give me a second while my phone is syncing. There's at least a lot to sync here, which means that I haven't synced my phone in quite a while. And there are a few more new entries here. But nothing related to what I'm looking for. It's still not yet fully synced. But by now I think it's done. Where else would I write this down, though? This is something... I'm usually a very structured person. And so I only have a few places where I write things down because I know that I'll get confused and that I'll struggle finding stuff again. So I wonder what I did there. Let me take a look into community projects again. Oh, that's not it. Good point, Balthazar. And the ad will give me a little bit of time to think. So it's a self-hosting platform, and I'm pretty sure I found it on Mastodon. So I'll go into my Mastodon account, search timeline, self-hosting. No, without the dash probably. Self-hosting. No, not much either. I should have my browser history should actually tell me something about that, shouldn't it? Let me see. If I go in here and go into self-hosting, nothing in the history either. How is that even possible? Let's see, history, search history, self. Haha! Found it! Found it. Let's see. Yeah, we go. Oof, didn't even know this would work. Let's see. No, oh, did I? No. Bazzite is great too. It's more of a gaming-oriented Linux distribution, but yeah. So the thing is, I could actually simply do an RPM or OS3 rebase and switch from the Bluefin distribution that I'm using at the moment to Bazzite. I'd probably use a few things, lose a few things like Homebrew or something. That's a specific feature of Bluefin, but I'm still amazed that it's possible to rebase operating systems. All right, so I am finally able to share what I was looking for. And that is Coolify. Coolify is presenting itself as self-hosting with superpowers. Open source, self-hostable Heroku/Netlify/Vercel alternative. So you can simply push your stuff to Coolify and it gets deployed, and you can either use the hosted Coolify cloud offering, or you can self-host it because it's open source software. And so I think setting up something like Coolify is definitely also a great thing to enable people to run their own services for example, their own static website. And so, I think I'll make that a workshop in itself. We'll actually reduce this to using Jekyll and Nginx, and that's it. And then set up your own self-hosting platform using Coolify. That's another community workshop that's quite likely to be coming up. Whew. Me and my memory. Oh, you're right, GitHub Pages is definitely also an alternative. Is that a good idea? Yeah, I mean, GitHub Pages themselves use Jekyll too, but maybe we'll make it a little bit more sophisticated than just deploying stuff to GitHub Pages. We'll run it ourselves on a small VPS or something. Let's catch up with chat. Balthazar wrote quite a few things. Thanks for the reminder regarding Universal Blue. Oh crap. BetterFS Windows driver. Oh, that sounds dangerous. Oof. Decided to write it off. Okay. Yeah, you can still recover your home directory and things like that, I guess. And yeah, take a look at either Bluefin or Bazite. Okie dokie. Now, we have a few examples for deep dives, we have a few examples for community workshops. We don't need examples for hangouts, and office hours are completely up to the participants. So no examples there either. Hot seats, yeah, let's actually write a few examples for hot seats, and here are a few example topics suitable for a hot seat session. I'm not sure what the best database schema for my application data is. So if someone is building an application but they're not sure how to deal with normalization, foreign keys and things like that, will I keep everything in a single table, or should I split things off and things like that? That could be something that we can illustrate on screen and then discuss and draw from the experience of the participants. Upgrading old Poppers installs is an exercise in pain, says Balthazar. Yeah, I can imagine. And I think that's also why I'm so happy about the atomic distributions, because all these apt upgrade sessions, hoping that there will be an upgrade package for everything I have installed, and that new versions won't break my configuration files and things like that. That was also always an exercise not only in pain but also in anxiety. Will my workstation still work after this, or will I spend another day not working but fixing my workstation? and things like that. So yeah, not a fan anymore. And as I said, usually things are so frictionless with Fedora Silverblue. I'll just reboot my machine. The new upgrades will be in place. And if something is stuck or doesn't work, I'll simply reboot and either wait for upgrades to be done, or I'll do an RPM OS3 rollback, which will completely delete the new upgrade. So if I boot my machine, it'll automatically jump into the first version available, and that will then be my current version after I've basically discarded the update. And so that does work. And yes, I do game on my Bluefill install. That's my workstation operating system. I do everything on this workstation, from working, live streaming, playing World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy XIV. That all of that happens on this workstation. And that's actually why I'm running the Bluefin DX NVIDIA variant of this image, because it automatically comes with the latest NVIDIA drivers, and those also work quite nice. Lee. And yes, if you're mostly AMD based or fully AMD based, things should even be smoother than they are for me with NVIDIA. I'm looking forward to the latest updates of the NVIDIA driver, where they apparently have fixed quite a few things that were causing issues with VLAN. So with in a short time, I might be able to switch to VLAN as well, without having screen glitches and stuff like that. So that's grand. So I'm not sure what the best database schema for my application data is. And would appreciate your input. Another example would be I'm at a crossroads in my career and weighing different options. Would love to get the input of people who've been there themselves. That could be a great hot seat as well. And let's make sure those are apparent as quotes. Descriptions, yeah, thanks for the spell check here, Neovim. Okay. Okay, I guess we can go and basically transfer these descriptions to the forum. And that's those introductions taken care of. Alrighty. Let me take a look at state of other things. Wait. reboot and not start my email again? Looks like it. Okay. Everything in order. All right. Now, how about a nice game of Words on Stream? Just to get my brain reset. Let me see. Need to log in. Alrighty. Now, Words on Stream works quite easily. It uses Twitch chat. So unfortunately, if you're over on YouTube, you won't be able to participate. I can only choose one or the other hosting platform. It'll display you a bunch of letters and you need to build words from them. You can't use letters twice. And at a later stage, there will be fake letters that don't work, even though they are available. And let's use chat to get those words solved as quickly as possible. Let's go. Well, I'll grab the first one that's already on screen. I'll have to wait until the lock has parsed. Marlin, nice. It did, didn't it? Marlin. What a clown. Lira. Nice. And that's the level completed. But we can still go on. You always have to wait until your lock has been freed up again after solving a word. There would have been quite a few more four-letter words, but we got most of them. Let's go on. Balthazar always finds the long words. There's a second long word. I wonder what that 6-letter word is. But still, great work, everyone. Level by level we go on. Let's see how far we can take it. Oof, almost the same combination. Okay, that should get us 2 levels, shouldn't it? Three levels! Congrats, everyone. Maybe it's just latency. Who knows where the server is? All right. Ooh. At the last hour. Another 3 levels. Well done. Level 9. We'll get fake letters now. Let's see if it's the X. No, it's not the X. Ooh, well done. Really? What word? Strange. Oh. It's not the M. It's not the 2 E's. It's not the A. Is it? It's the N, isn't it? No, it's not the N either. Is it the S? Yeah, it's the S. I think it's the S. Amin? I'll have to look that up. They're close, but I'm blocked at the moment. Yeah, it's the S. Okay. Almost there. I'm blanking. Balthasar. Saving the day. Oof. Yeah, I was completely tunnel visioned. But still, level 10. I think our record is level 11, I think. I don't think we got past level 11 ever. Okay, let's see. There are 2 Fs. Fix. It's either one of the Fs or the... No, 2 Fs are okay. I guess it's the X then. Ooh, that's really hard. Wow. Well done. Only half the points. And half the time is over. So... Oh, we already had Gaffer. Oh dear. Yes, Gaff is also too good. Good. Not going to make it, are we? Yep, thought so. Gear already done. Frag. Okay. Well, we gave it a fair shake. A fair shake, not a whatever. Yeah, my brain is fried. Level 10. Will we ever go past level 11? I'm not sure. But since my brain is already at the end of its capacity, I think I'm going to wrap things up. a little bit early. We could go for a little longer, but weather outside is also quite nice, to be honest. I think I'll rather go out and have an ice cream or something like that. Okay, so what can you look forward to this week? Another live coding stream on Thursday, and that's going to be a live coding stream, I'm pretty sure. Except if we actually launch the server room. Panda Deja Vu, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that. So we'll see how I'm going to deal with the community launch. And other than that, there's going to be a live coding stream on Thursday. There's going to be an office hour on Friday, just as usual. And if you'd like to join us on Discord tonight for our community hangout, please do so. I should have snoozed that ad had I been seen that it was coming up. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, but that's about it. And yeah, so I'll take a short break before then joining the Hangout stream later tonight, and I hope to see you then. Let's see if we can raid someone. Who's online at the moment? We raided Final Singularity last week. You know what? Non-codes dropped by earlier today, and I think we'll simply go and raid her. So let's line that up. Say hello to non-codes. And I hope to see you either tonight or on Thursday afternoon for the next live coding stream. Until then, take care.